Guys, it's Victoria. It's been a while since I've posted a video, and even though I have been through with the HCG diet for over a year and a half, almost 2 years now, I still get a lot of views and questions and things like that. So I thought I'd take a moment and kind of let you know what's happened over the last year and a half. So just to recap, initially when I started the HCG diet, I was about 148 pounds. Not quite 150, but I was, in the very high 148s. And my goal weight was always 125. I ended up just a tad below that. I think on a really good day, I was probably 123.9 or something like that. So anyway, I seemed to level off, though. I never really stayed like 125, more or less. It was, and it was below 130. I stayed below 130 for a really, really, really long time, like in the, high 120s, 127, 128 seemed to be about right. And so, that I felt was very successful, just that I could even stay there that long. It was, in my experience of diet in the dieting world, it was the longest period of time I've ever been at under 130 pounds. So I was very happy with that. Now, a lot of people, of course, it was the question on my mind when I searched for this, do you keep the weight off forever? And the truth of the matter is, I have put on some of the weight, and I'm right about 135 right now. I've been, up and down, give or take a couple of pounds from there, but I'm right about 135 right now. For one, I don't have enough weight to lose to really justify going on a whole HCG regimen at the moment. Right now, I'm doing Body for Life, and I don't know if you're familiar with that. I've done it many, many times in the past, and the reason I'm choosing to do that is because I need to build my lean muscle mass back up. Some of you may know, some of you may not. Most of you probably do not know. I had a emergency situation, and I was in the hospital for a while, and so just kind of between that and just other things having to do with my particular lifestyle, going on vacations for weeks at a time and things like that, are not conducive to keeping your weight off long term. But I will say this, just for people who have questions, it was definitely a different experience for me than any other diet. So do I recommend it? I absolutely do. If you can stick to it, if you can do it the correct way that it was meant to be done, and that would include reading the book, Pounds and Inches by Dr. Simeons. I would highly recommend it to anybody, but also just, you have to it's not a miracle cure. A lot of people, would think that, maybe once you reach your weight goal, you can just kind of go back to your old eating habits. I would never have thought that you could, but what I have been able to do is, I was able to kind of push the issue a little more than I have been able to push the issue in the past. And believe you me, based on my eating habits, the way that they've been since going off the diet over almost 2 years ago, I would be back to my old weight. So something has been kind of keeping it a little bit more in check than usual. Again, I'm about 10 pounds above where I'd like to be, and I see myself being able to get to where I want to be in a couple of months. That's the thing with more traditional diets that include, higher calories and exercise is, you really do have to be patient with the process. With HCG, it just comes off really quick, and people, I'm sure that if you've watched a lot of other videos, you definitely can gain the weight back, no question about that. But again, just to drive the point home, didn't come back nearly as fast. Only recently did it kind of start coming back. So all in all, I'm happy with the results because some of it really did stick, and so again, it's always kind of something that I'm working on in my life. Weight loss, is just kind of a big issue in my family. And so I wish I could report that there's a miracle cure and you're never going to have to, this is the last diet you're ever going to go on. That's certainly not true in my experience. You'll always, if you have a tendency to put on weight faster than the average person, then you're gonna always kind of need to watch it, and do exercise and watch your calorie intake and drink plenty of water. So a lot of people have asked me, where did I get my HCG? And the thing is, I'm more than happy to share where I got my HCG. Was BodySolutionsRx.com, but make no mistake about it, I got the results that I got not because of where I bought my HCG. And I think that that's what generates that question for a lot of people, because they're looking at my results and they're thinking that because I got these great results, then that I must have the magic formula that works for everyone. And, I am a master hypnotist, okay? So I've been able to use my mind to accomplish and achieve pretty much anything. I had days, even as well as I do use my mind, where I really thought I was going to die of starvation. And I was using the spray, the homeopathic, and that I don't know if it really has a bearing or not. I still don't know because I've never done the injections. And I've heard of people doing this diet and not having any discomfort whatsoever. But I did. It was difficult. Not every day. And I have to say that something must have been working in the formula to allow me to only eat 500 calories, because there were days that were just fine. I had several days that were just fine, but then I had other days where I wasn't, I was struggling. Anyway, so it's not so much, in my opinion, about where you buy your HCG. What's most important is that you get your mind wrapped around this, and that if you do find yourself in a point of struggle, that you just don't allow yourself to go down that line of thinking. Just change your mind and start thinking about what you're going to have, and that you can just get through this moment, and just to continue to think about what it is that you are wanting to achieve and what you can achieve if you just allow yourself to kind of let go of those thoughts. So those are like the main things. People wanted to know where I got my HCG, and they also wanted to know, was I happy with the results? Was it permanent? Have I kept the weight off? And, that's the honest truth. That's where it's at. That's what's happened for me. And I wouldn't change a thing. If I wasn't in a mode right now where I needed to be exercising as much as I do, because I'm preparing for, some things in my life. If it wasn't for that, I probably would consider maybe doing a 3-week round and, taking off another 15 pounds. I mean, I wouldn't mind being 120 pounds. But right now I'm just taking the approach that I need to take for me, and getting myself, into better shape. There's more than one way to skin a cat. This is just one way. I've done a lot of different things, that have worked for me. And so far, I have found in my 44 years or 43 years on this planet that there's not one magic pill that makes it all go away forever. It's all kind of the same philosophy, just, what route do you want to take? And again, weights come on a lot slower with this than it would have given the same set of circumstances. So I am happy with that. Very, very happy with that. All right. Well, if you have any other questions, by all means, send me a comment, post on my blog, or however you need to reach me. You clearly know how to reach me, and I wish you all the best of luck and success in your endeavors with HCG or any other eating habit pattern that you choose. Bye now.